am so excited to share this. This is such a treat because I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. In today's video, it is actually a two-part video, and it is part of my podcast. So I'm going to actually launch the whole podcast, launch the whole piece this Saturday. Okay, so if you cannot wait till next Thursday, stop by this Saturday and tune into my podcast, and you'll be able to hear the whole thing. Okay, so this one is today's episode. I am doing an interview with one of my partners in wellness, and she's going to be sharing a little bit about her journey with you, how she got started, what it was like. And I wanted to do this because a lot of times it is really difficult to navigate. We say we want to lose weight, we say we want to get healthy, we want to have more energy, but we don't know what that looks like, we don't know what it feels like. So this is an opportunity to kind of get a sneak peek, get some ideas, hopefully. And if you need support, you can reach out to me at latanyabaruch.com. You and I can create a program. If you need more support, I can be there for you as well. So go ahead, take a listen. I hope you enjoy this video. Before we get into it, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe if you've not already subscribed. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. And please go ahead and share with a few of your besties so we can get more people elevating wellness in 2024. All right, enjoy the video. Right. Hello, everyone. Coach Latanya here
Hey,
from Elevate Wellness, and I'm so excited to bring you my guest today, Miss Wanda Jones. She is someone that I partner with, and she is such a pleasure to work with. She's grown so much, and so I'm delighted to introduce you to her today because she has so much to share, and I think that you will benefit greatly from it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on Miss Wanda. How are you doing today, Wanda?
hi, Latanya. I am good, thank you.
Very
I am
good.
doing well.
Awesome. Awesome. It's so good to have you on today. How are you feeling? How was your day?
Oh, I am feeling great today. I started my day with a workout with you, as we do a few times a week, and I've been working today, and I'm off a little earlier, so I'm glad to spend some time with you today doing this.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's great to have you and to have this opportunity. All right. So today I thought we would talk a little bit about just your wellness journey, so that we can help other people who are starting their wellness journey, maybe restarting their wellness journey, or even having questions and not quite sure where to start. My hope is that this call will help to kind of alleviate some of those worries or concerns. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with a series of questions and kind of flow into that, if that's okay with you, Wanda.
Of course, let's go.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and talk about what would you say your first of all, let me give you a little background. Wanda and I have been working together for a few months now, and she has done. I love to work with her because she is committed to the transformation. But not only is she committed, she's also open to learning, and so she's grown greatly from this experience. And I think I know this is why I wanted her to be able to share her journey with you. So we have been working together under a year, and we work together about 3 times a week. Okay. We work together with the workouts, but also with coaching as well, so that she has the support and the accountability for her transformation. Okay. So that's a little bit of background with Wanda. Okay, so Wanda, what would you say your routine was before our partnership, before working together?
Oh boy. So before we started, honestly, I really didn't have a routine. I was inconsistent with exercising. Some weeks, 3 to 4 times a week, I may do some walking or some biking. Some weeks, 1 time a week. And some weeks, frankly, nothing. So it honestly felt like it depended on how I felt, as
Mm,
opposed to, developing a routine and knowing that I need to do this consistently and not base it on my feelings.
mm.
So, yes, so I fell off a lot.
That's a good point because based on how you feel, I think a lot of times when we're starting our journey, it's really dependent upon how we feel that day. Oh, I don't feel like it today. I had a rough day. I don't feel like doing it today. I think that's a great point that you bring out because it's common for us to not feel like it, and to not even be motivated sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the hard thing to get past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
getting past those emotions. And we just have to recognize that we need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And short of being ill, um, I just kind of push through every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What would you like to share any of your just your journey, what kind of motivated you to reach out to me and get started? What would you say motivated you?
Ugh. So I recognized I had some physical therapy back a year or two ago, and I recognized that I do well with coaching,
Mm,
and structure and accountability. And so I recognized that I needed that in my life if I was going to, at least to develop the habit and the consistency for a while before I could fly off on my own. So I met, who I didn't know at the time. Well, I learned your husband, and he recommended that with all of my needs, my special needs that I have, he recommended you, his wife, as
mhm.
a trainer. And I reached out, and it's been the best thing that I could have ever done.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I am so grateful for you, Latanya. So grateful. Yes.
I always say, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, that it's always an honor to partner with you and the individuals in on your journey because I know it's not easy. I know that it's not
Right.
easy. I know it can be frustrating and then not really understanding what to do. There's so much information out there. And frankly, we don't even know which way to turn sometimes because of all of the information that's out there, you know. So it really is an honor to work with you. And also just I get excited as I see your transformation. You've transformed so much since the time we've been working together. Speaking of transformation, what changes would you say you've noticed in your body, in your health? What changes have you noticed?
So I had to write a list because I didn't want to miss anything, and
Mm,
probably even in the list, I probably missed a couple of things, but there are a lot. They're mainly non-scale victories because I've lost a couple of pounds, but not a lot. But more importantly, I've lost inches. I've gained better sleep, less aches and pains. I've definitely gotten stronger. Um, to put it in context a little bit, I was diagnosed with Crohn's at an early age. At age 14, I had a couple of colon resections, one in 2012, a splenectomy in 2013, a second resection in 2019, and all required like full abdominal openings. So, and as a result, I have minimal core strength, because as a result of those surgeries, I was struggling with back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, just pain. I could barely get up off the floor. I found myself one day on the floor and I was struggling. So muscle atrophy had happened to me, and I just don't know when it happened. And I was like, okay, this is it. I can't, I can't do that anymore. So, but now, baby, now But now I get up with ease, much easier. Thank you.
Mm, absolutely.
I can plank, I can squat, I can walk the stairs without the knee pain. The back pain has lessened tremendously, and I know that's because I've gotten stronger over this time with you and working out. I've graduated from like 3 pound weights to I think we're up to 10 and 15 now.
Mhm.
But the most important part about this transformation and the changes that I've noticed is my health. Um, I recently had a clean colonoscopy
Mm.
with no polyps, which is unusual,
Right.
very unusual, no polyps and no inflammation. And glory to God, that is awesome. The other thing is that I was recently released off of a cholesterol medication.
Mm.
So my cholesterol has come down. It was in the 200s. I'm now down to 135 overall cholesterol. So these changes speak volumes to why it's important to take control of our health. I still have some work to do, and I'm committed to that work. Yep.
Thank you for sharing that, Wanda. That's,
Mm-hmm.
I love what you said, non-scale victories. And that you also mentioned the inches that you lost because our the weight loss industry and the fitness industry don't always walk in agreement
Right.
because the weight loss industry really focuses on the numbers on the scale, the numbers with the calories. It's really numbers driven. And we are more results driven, right? Can you
Right.
plan for this time? Can you lift this much weight for this length of time, right? Can you get off the floor? Can you push your body up? Can you pull, right? We're more results driven and not numbers driven. Because the problem with being numbers driven is the body is not, when you jump on that scale is not going to tell you how much muscle mass you have. It's not going to give
Right.
you a clear indication of what that weight is. It's just a sum total of everything, right? But when you lose inches, we know that your clothes are not going to lie. So that when you're losing inches, that means you have replaced body fat for lean muscle mass. And
Yeah.
with you and I working together, your appetite, that helps, that supports a healthy metabolism, right? That means that you're breaking down food properly. And to go to the doctor and get a clean bill of health with no polyps, that's a blessing. That's a gift from God.
Mm.
It really
Yes.
is, because that really is unheard of. You don't hear that, right?
No, ma'am.
Um,
Yeah.
cholesterol going down. That means those systems of the body, right, are being restored. The health of those systems are being restored. No scale that I know of
No
can
scale.
can
No
tell you
scale.
that. Yeah, no scale.
No, ma'am.
Um,
No, ma'am.
and thank God for that. When we look at the numbers on the scale, it can only tell you this is the weight. That's it. Nothing else. It can't tell you anything
Mm-hmm.
else, right? So I love what you said, non-scale victories, because those victories really are long lasting. Those are great. That's great news. Thank you for sharing that too with us. Um,
Absolutely.
now you said, we work out and we're working out 3 times a week. Would you say, how does working out make you feel? Especially you work out before work. You feel tired. How do you feel going into work after working out?
Actually, it's quite the opposite. I don't feel tired. I feel energized and I feel like it's the best way to start my day with the movement. And we also know that as the day goes on, if we try to fit it in later, it typically, I don't know, for me, it didn't happen much because you are tired by the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Typically, from working and running and doing errands or whatever it is. But I don't have those issues. I'm ready to go actually after my workout.
That's one.
Yep.
That's wonderful. I
Hmm.
get that question a lot of times. Well, working out makes me tired. How am I gonna? It makes no sense for me to work out if I'm gonna be tired later, and things like that. So I think it's important for people to also hear, what you said is you actually feel energized. So many studies show that just working out 20 to 30 minutes a day helps to boost metabolism, increase energy, better brain function, so much, so
Oh
many
my goodness.
benefits, just right, just from movement. So that,
Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
yeah, that's
Hmm.
awesome. That's awesome. So much studying has gone behind that and proved that many people experience just a greater performance from that. Um, Now, Wanda,
Hmm.
can you tell us? I love looking at your food logs and things like that. Sometimes they make me hungry. Those pictures you send, I love it. Um, they inspire me. They motivate me. Like, oh, let me try that. Ooh, what if I try this? Like, I love when you share that with me. It's such a joy, and it brightens up my day. Now, what would
Hmm.
you say that your relationship with food was prior to us working together?
So prior to us working together, I guess I would say I was on again, off again as well with the healthy diet. I've tried different ways of eating or different diets, and I guess I didn't understand how to really fuel my body.
Mm,
Um, and I didn't understand some of the things I've learned. One of the things I can really say I learned from you is how I can have a treat and how I should have a treat with what. Like you've taught me that it's okay to have a treat, but have it with protein and have it with fat so
mm-hmm,
that you don't experience that carb coma.
mm-hmm.
And and that there's no bad food, etc. I could go on and on about the nuggets that I've gained from working with you. But um yeah, my relationship with food was, I would go from feast to famine, feast to famine. I would eat um low carb, for instance, and find myself binging, days later because I denied myself this, that, and that.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that cycle, I would lose a few pounds, but some of it would come back and that cycle continued. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've gotten much better with learning how to fuel and how to eat, um, and to maintain and to be healthy. Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. You can hear the shift where you've gone from a level of understanding about your body,
Right.
right? About your body in particular, because
Yeah.
I always say the issues are in the tissues. And I've heard other
Mhm.
people in the wellness industry, the issues we
I love that.
right, the issues are in the tissues. And so the food that we eat really should be geared to whatever issue our body has. And sometimes it's
Absolutely.
passed down, right? Sometimes it's passed down what
Yeah.
issues are in, that line. So for some people it's heart health, for someone else it may be digestive health, for someone else it may be eye
Right.
health, right? Inflammation in the joints, arthritis, the
Right.
itis, things like that. And so that
Hmm.
really is what determines what type of food we should be eating, not the latest trend, eat all this and eat
Right.
only, because everybody is a little bit different. Genetics plays a huge role in it as well. So I think it's interesting that I love the fact that you experiment with different types of foods and things like that. You're not afraid to do that. You are an advocate for your health, and you also do the research, and you're careful to do the research. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
respect that because you take the time to read this information and think about it and kind of weigh, does this fit me? Should I do that? You're cautious to do that. Um, And that's very important, because when the next eating trend or diet comes out, we don't want to jump on that, especially if, right, we don't know what works. We
Right,
don't understand
right,
what's working for us, right?
right, right.
Can you share with me
Absolutely.
now, like how has your eating been lately? How have you changed your food?
So to your point, I've done a lot of reading and research on my needs. Um, as a person diagnosed with Crohn's disease, I read a lot about what we should and what we shouldn't, and as I also hypertension. There's a bunch of issues, but I've learned recently that one of the best approaches for me is a whole food plant based diet. So I've learned, and I love to experiment with recipes and try new things. My mother always tells me you'll go in the store and try anything one time. What is this? What is this stuff you have here now? But I'll try a new vegetable that I haven't tried before without hesitation.
Mhm.
But I started this whole food with just 5 days, this plant based whole food diet. It was a 5 day challenge. I'm now only into the end of my third week.
Mm.
And I have to say, it has been one of the best decisions I have made for me so far. And I'm not saying I won't ever eat meat again. As a matter of fact, one of my doctors recommends that I do add a little meat in at least once a week or so. So far it's only been a little bit of fish that I've added. I also supplement with B12, but I say that I feel better because my digestion has been perfect.
Mm.
The flow has been amazing,
Mm.
better than I could ever remember in my life. Um,
Wow.
um, the the sleep, the waking up, the energy, the ability to get through my workouts. It's all been, and I was concerned, of course, because they teach about the protein and the energy levels and the muscle wasting, and I'm still researching, and learning. I haven't figured it all out, but I do know that I'll probably be more whole food, plant based than not. Maybe just a little bit of meat to supplement that.
Mm.
But
Oh, that's incredible.
yeah, so far that's my journey. Yeah.
That is incredible, Wanda. It really is, because it really is. It's incredible because, I always say another thing, food is medicine. And when
Yes.
you, especially with, right, especially when you're eating more whole food, plant-based. Now, again, it goes to what, the issues that your body works through, right? I don't want to say struggles with, but works through. And genetics has a lot to do with it. Environment has a lot to do with it. Lifestyle has a lot to do with it. And I like what your doctor, I think that's a great doctor when they can come in and talk to you about what you're doing as opposed to dictate what you need to do, right? Because it really is a
Right.
partnership,
Right.
right?
Right.
And have,
Absolutely.
having a little bit of protein once a week. I've heard people on plant-based diet. Some of them feel better when they have, a little bit of protein, a little bit of fish here and there. Um, but you
Right.
do well. I see you in the workouts, and your workouts have not. It's common for me to see when someone changes their diet, because that's common, but it's common to see a dip in energy, at least for about 3 to 5 days, a dip in
Mm.
energy, because what happens is that body is learning how to convert that particular diet for food, for fuel, right? So it's very
Got it.
common. I did
Got it.
not see that with you. Yeah, I did not see that dip. I didn't see that 3 day dip, that five. I did not see that with you. Your numbers were good as well. It was very consistent, and even your breathing pattern. So the way you recover from a workout. So for those of you who are, may not be familiar with circuit training. Circuit training is when we do a high-low interval. So there's a exercise that kind of gets the heart rate up, and then we do something to bring the heart rate down. The reason why we do that is because the ebb and flow of that intensity helps to dip into body fat storage. And as we burn body fat for fuel, we actually start to increase lean muscle mass. So we start to see more muscle. We start to see that, oh my, I'm seeing more definition here and more definition there. That's the way we train, right? And for
Yes.
Wanda, whenever we're training that way, I see her go into the higher intensity, and she can get a sip of water and go right back in. She doesn't need to, she doesn't say, hold on a minute. She's not gasping. She's not winded, anything like that. So you can see that it's fueling your body, right? I've done that before, and I was winded because I wasn't eating enough protein. But that's for me. So this is why I say, you will never hear me say as a wellness coach, you should eat this way, because our bodies are different. You should listen to your body and do what works for you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, your numbers are coming back great from your doctor's visits. You feel great. You look great. Your skin looks good. Your hair is always beautiful. Like, it's working. It's working. Yeah. It's,
it is working. Thank you.
Yeah. And it has not even been a full month.
No, not yet.
Right?
Not yet.
That's what's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. It has been life changing. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.